Peanut butter story time, but it's about internships, so relax. Ayo, we're the 9 to 5 misfits, back again to help you crush unemployment and define success on your own terms, baby. Today's Getting Real segment is about how do you leverage your internship during your MBA. So we're gonna talk about Nami's stories, especially with her internship, and we're gonna do the misfit W concept again, where we grab a folded piece of paper and we go ham on our stories one at a time for 90 seconds.
Ooh, so let's see what I get from the misfit W. Play the student card. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about like this and a lot more because my internship, so when I started my MBA, I had come from a company that I was very keen on going back to after. So I had very concrete goals of what I wanted to get out of it, and even going into my internship, I knew exactly what kind of internship I wanted at that same company. So they were going through this big business transformation project, and I was very keen on being part of that project and being an intern on it. So I totally played my student card. I did a project on them and got in touch with all the right people to interview them for this business transformation project. That way I was able to gain a lot of insider knowledge. I got the internship on that specific project, which was awesome, except once I actually went there, I realized that because there was a lot of turmoil happening because of this business transformation project, as is regular, as is natural. And so I got a bunch of different managers. None of them were particularly keen on having an intern, and so I didn't have the best experience. And I also made a mistake because I didn't go in with set expectations. I didn't spell out to them how I could help and what I could do. So as a result, I didn't really get a very concrete project to do, which was a huge bummer. But then I did try to network the crap out of my internship and just reached out to everyone I could, asked for help. Asked them what they needed help on. But basically, it was kind of a bummer. So I did change course after my internship.
Hit me with the W. Again, you guys know, haven't done an MBA internship, so none of these apply to me, obviously. So I'm gonna go with my undergrad story. Okay, so take initiative. Yeah, that's the worst thing to give an undergrad student. So when I got my internship, again, I was an international student. I had no opportunities. I just had to go in for whatever was offered to me. And I actually got a really good opportunity with GE in New York, like the oldest office. But again, putting into the factors that I was 17, didn't know what I wanted. I didn't even know what the internship was about. I just decided to leave. So when I got there, I didn't really take any initiative to figure out if this is what I want to do. Maybe this is something I would be interested in. I was just excited to get out and get an internship with something on my resume, being an international student, which happens to a lot of us. So again, this is a contrast between being an MBA and being an undergrad, because an undergrad, as an international student, you're already like panicking. You don't know who you are. You're trying to get a visa. You're trying to get a full-time job. But in MBA, at least you have your goals in mind. You kind of have an idea of what you want to do. So I didn't conduct information interview sessions. It was General Electric. That would have been great to get a full-time job, like a place to get a full-time job, but I didn't do what it took to get that. So I would suggest that as an MBA, it's so different. You can actually do that. You can work on the informational sessions. You can talk to people in your department. You kind of know what your skills are. But as an undergrad, I kind of sucked at that. So don't do that. I'm ready for this month to be over. Like, I don't have any more stories about the MBA. I can't keep pretending like I'm stupider than this. So I liked your story that you went into, I remember you went into food.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like your thing.
Yeah, and I did the MBA entirely like with the goal of going back to this company.
Right.
And it was kind of a bummer because after my internship, I completely was like, I'm not going back. And it was
you
so
can't say
sad because I was like, what are my goals now? Like, what do I want to do? And it was really interesting because I also talked to an HR person at the company, and I was like, dude, like, this internship is not going the way I was hoping it would. Like, what do I do? And I tried to reach out to every other manager I could to be like, can you give me any work?
Yeah.
But I think because I failed to spell out what value I would create from the start, they didn't know what I could do, like what I could offer.
Yeah.
And so, they didn't really know how to help me. And so, that's a very important point.
Yeah.
And then also that HR person, interestingly enough, was like, okay, if you're coming here, if you're gonna come back as an MBA, you're not gonna find like fulfillment. I know what you're looking for and you're not gonna find it. So go get some management experience first and then come back. Because she was
nice.
like, what you're looking for in terms of pay and experience is not gonna happen here.
Nice. That's
So I was
actually
like,
nice that she
Yeah.
you. Like she saved you some
I
trouble.
know. So that was awesome.
It's so different in undergrad though.
Yeah.
Like for me, I that was my first paycheck, like big paycheck. So I was just like, screw this. Who needs goals? I have money. I'm gonna go shop. I'm in New York. This is the best thing.
Yeah.
So it's so different from your MBA where you care
Yeah.
about your goals. What are you getting out of this? Like, are you getting as much as you're putting in?
Yeah, but also like the thing is that the pressure is not as much, right? You
Yeah.
don't feel like, oh my god, this is
the
do or
end
die.
of- yeah.
Because you feel kind of invincible when you're like going
and then
through
you
your
have like a
undergrad.
couple of years. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is second year. I have one more and I have one more
Yeah.
to like screw up.
Yeah.
So it's not the same.
Yeah, with the MBA, it's like, oh my god, this is my last chance. I have to
No
do
mo.
this.
But yeah, this is our little version of Perd Hapley's Ya Heard with Perd.
And that is the end of this story, so we are going to stop talking now.